Sunday, good Sunday, late afternoon, people. How are we all going today? I'm sending you much love from all the way from Melbourne, from everywhere you are, guys. If you're in Perth, greetings to Perth. If you're in Sydney, if you're in any other state in the beautiful city and the beautiful, I was going to say the beautiful country of Australia, you know, anyone that's, you know, checking in from the States, giving you much love as well. So hopefully everyone's had an amazing weekend. So what I always like to lead everyone with, your week starts today. Yeah, so your week doesn't start tomorrow, because if you play like your week starts tomorrow, yeah, it's not going to work out too great. Yeah, so let's start planning for your week today. Let's start, you know, electing the right energy. Let's start putting in the plans and programming our mind, so on and so forth. So what I want to talk to you about today is literally how you can start your week off with a bang, literally, yeah? And you all know what I mean by that. So one of the biggest and most powerful energies that you can tap into is love and sexual energy, because a lot of people are finding it hard to get motivated. So I'm thinking, okay, what is something that most, let's say anyone, you don't have to be young, you don't have to be you know, sexually active, but what do most people, what do they normally you know, what do they think about most of the time throughout the day? Is sex. And so if you can think about obviously sex, and you can harness that energy, and sexual energy is a very strong motivator, yeah? And you know that most people that, you know, obviously are driven by sex, they will stop at nothing to get it, or it motivates them and it makes them feel, you know, a certain way, which obviously gives them that fulfillment, yeah? If not, then you're doing something wrong. So what I want you all to be able to harness and be able to tap into, if you aren't getting motivated by anything else in your life, you know, because unfortunately some people, they choose to make choices and they choose to take themselves or allow themselves to fall in that disempowered state. So one of the biggest things that I heard, I was watching a video from Teal Swan, and she's a really cool and a really advanced sort of spiritual advisor, thought leader, change agent, and she was talking about harnessing sexual energy. And I said, that is fucking brilliant, because, you know, let's be honest, it's the whole experiment with sex, it's the whole, you know, just the whole thought pattern regarding that as well, that a lot of people, you know, that if they can tap into sex, if they can feel it, then you can be able to motivate your week in that sexual energy. So it goes like this. Obviously, if you're going to be sexually motivated and you're going to be sexually aroused, you don't actually do the activity, you don't do the do. You keep yourself in that energy, but you harness that sexual energy and sexual motivation for you to be able to put that sexual energy into getting your task done. So, you know, if obviously you're sexually aroused by a partner or whatever, or, you know, you're turned on in a certain way, what you can do is, instead of, you know, finishing the job or doing the do, that sexual arousement and that energy build-up, you can harness that in your divine masculine, in your divine feminine. And obviously it's the whole thing about, you know, thinking and arousing yourself, motivating yourself, and using that sexual energy as a driver for you to be able to obtain your goals, for you to be able to, you know, be motivated on something, yeah? And it actually works really well. So it can get a little bit frustrating. It can, you know, it can feel a little bit, you know, different, and it can, you know, some people can go, well, Lee, you know, it's torture. But some other people do not have enough of a feeling or enough of a connection to their wants, to their goals, because of their self-worth, self-appreciation, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking at all the parables here. I'm looking at all the different percentages. I'm like, okay, cool. So let's say on a roundabout, let's say on a 50-50, that I truly believe that the majority of 80% of people from 18 to 50, 55 would be thinking about sex, yeah? They would be motivated by sex, because either, you know, it's just a natural energy, but it's something that is an energy that actually really motivates people and really brings out the best in people, yeah? There's energy of motivation, there's energy of inspiration, there's energy of all this other stuff, and even some energy of love that really, I don't really feel that if people aren't really believing in it, they're not going to be motivated. But sexual energy is another different beast. It's a beast, a different beast altogether. And why I say that, because let's be honest, you know, when obviously, you know, when you're young, you're going through puberty, and you know, boy and a girl and the rest of it, that sexual need is very, very strong, and most people will do anything, or you know, and they are focused and they are occupied by that sexual energy, and they'll do anything to get it. So if you can use that same slip line, that same sexual energy, that same motivation, that same flow, and that same feeling as that sexual desire for your goals, then we have a winning recipe, my friends. Because check this out. What happens is, a lot of people don't put themselves in a place where they're going to be putting enough effort into changing their, or getting their goals. Yeah, they don't put enough of an effort to keep working on who they want to be. But that sexual energy puts you in a being where, when you are in that interaction with another, when you're at that purest form, when you're in that sexual form, all the limiting beliefs drop, all the boundaries drop, all the bullshit in your head drops, and you're getting to experience yourself and share yourself with another. But more importantly, you're feeling comfortable in your own skin. Yeah, and when you're feeling comfortable in your own skin, in that sexual energy, that's when you can operate through that and at that energy frequency throughout the week. And trust me, people, you do that, you are going to be smashing your goals, and you are literally going to be starting the week off with a bang. You know, take my word for it. So what I say to you is, it's a way of obviously being in your sexual energy, being that sexual being, but not wanting to obviously, what happens is, if you actually have sex, yeah, the energy could obviously, you know, it diminishes because you've got it, and the one from it, oh, okay, cool, I'm satisfied. But when you don't have it, you keep that sexual almost like a tease. It's almost like foreplay for your goals. Sorry, I'm just getting out of the way of this car. And it's a foreplay for your goals. And the great thing about that is that then you keep that sexual desire and that energy connected towards your desired outcomes. And it works, and it works out really well. So I want you guys to attempt it, not try it, because try it means you'll do it, and I want you to actually participate in it. So a big thing you should be doing today, because your week actually starts today, yeah? Now, I always say my week starts at predominantly, I don't know what the time is, I always say it starts at 5 o'clock, I think it's past 5, I can't see it in this car, 5 o'clock on a Sunday. And the reason why I say that, because I start planning for my week, yeah? I start setting my intention, I start booking in my appointments, I start seeing my end goal of what I need, and then I start working backwards, yeah? And I go all the way to my 12 months, at the end of the 12 months for my goal to, obviously where we're at now, we're in October, and then I will start going from 12 months, I will go to 9, I will go to 6, I will go to 3, but when I go to 3, I start to go detailed, yeah, and even really within a month, I really start to go detailed with that, because that's when you really want to be paying attention to your weekly details. That's when you want to be paying attention to exactly what you should be doing. And then when you want to start breaking that down from 3 months to 1 month, you know, then you're talking about weekly activities. You know, the weekly activities, they come down and really start to break down and understand what your days are. Because what happens is, if you don't have strong desired outcomes, if you don't have strong, you know, understandings of where you're going and how you're going to get there, then each day you're going to be basically making it up. You know, each day you're going to be just existing. You're going, oh, I'll do a little bit of this and I'll do a little bit of that. But if you don't set sub goals, and if you aren't motivated by that energy, because this is the thing, why I'm telling you all to connect with that sexual energy, because through talking with so many people, that people find a motivation. And let's be honest, we've all been motivated to have sex. We all are motivated, you know. In our being, people go, oh, but I'm not sexual. That's bullshit. That's because you've either been hurt, or you've moved away from your, or you haven't had it and you've lost the desire for it. But really, at our purest forms, human beings, we are made to reproduce. We are made to want that desire, that lust, that, you know, that sexual energy, which is, you know, it can come down to the love, but it's that raw to almost, I'm not going to say dirty energy. It's not dirty energy. It's just that, it's that want. It's that desire to want another, yeah, and it's having that. You want to put that connection to your desired outcomes, and then watch your desired outcomes really start to get juicy, literally, yeah. And because you see people that are participating, and why I say participating in their lives, there's a big difference about living their lives. They're participating, so they are just doing it, yeah? They're not living it. Living your life is living your life to its full ability and full potential and full capacity. When you participate in life, you are just basically there, oh, okay, look, I'm showing up, but I'm not truly desiring what I want. I'm not doing what I need to get my desired outcomes, so on and so forth, okay? So Sunday, you know, a lot of people normally recovering after a big weekend, or, you know, they're actually having a Sunday session. I know it was fantastic with the family yesterday. Had a really big night. Went to bed about 3 o'clock, and it was great. Yeah, you know, catching up with the family, having some really good conversations with cousins and aunties and uncles and the rest of that. Yeah, it was fantastic. And then today, you know, up nice and early, still rocking it out. Had an amazing conference call with my team, my leaders, and yeah, that was for 2 hours. Really got some clarity, really cleaned some things up, and it was fucking really fantastic. But what I want to tell you all, that what I realigned with, you want to get that sexual spunk about you, yeah? You want to get that sexiness, you know, and you see it. If you see a sexy woman, you know, there's that want, there's that need, there's like, wow, there's that motivation. You see a hot man, you see a sexy man, woman, true? And you're like, whoa, that gets you going, that gets you motivated. So to be able to tap into that sexual being and operating from that sexual being, you are going to absolutely fucking own your desired outcomes. More importantly, you're going to do it looking hot. Yeah? Simple. You're going to do it feeling convicted. You're going to do it, and other people are going to feel your sexual presence, yeah, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Or if you've got a partner, you only want your partner to be feeling that. But if you've got, you know, guys, girls, if you're single, then, you know, that's a different ball game as well. So it's connecting with that sexual energy is going to keep you going on, because guess what? When you're in that sexual energy, you are 100% driven, you're 100% on, you're 100% with no limiting beliefs, no I'm tired, no, you know, oh, I've got old conditioning. When you're in that form, nothing else matters. It's just you in that energy. Yeah? Am I right? Of course I am. So I was thinking this week, you know, I've been speaking to a few people, and, you know, some people are finding it hard to get into energy, or they're getting confused, or they're getting you know, they're just not motivated, or they're not in the energy for them to get the result. So what I thought, okay, cool. Let me experiment. Let me integrate for this for a moment. So what is an energy that I'm sure that most humans, let me turn this air conditioner down because I'm freezing. Bloody nipples are getting hard. You can see them popping out. So there you go. My nipples are getting their sexual energy. What is an energy that most humans get into that, you know, that is something that they desire, and it really gets them moving, yeah, really gets them going, really gets them motivated, gets them in that pure beast. And what are these guys doing? It's unbelievable. So the guy almost just took the front of the car off. So anyway, that wasn't sexy. So what you want to find out, and this is what I thought. So a lot of people are saying, no, I can't get the connection. I can't connect with what is supposed to be making me, you know, it's not making me who I am. I'm not in that strong enough energy for me to feel strong enough to get my goals. Because it's this, when you're a coach, or when you're anybody, yeah, in a relationship, you need to be able to lead that person, to be able to connect with that energy, to be able to connect with a certain force or motivation that's going to get them to want to participate. It's like that. So if you've got a partner and you are going to have sex, yeah, you need to do a good way to, firstly, it's going to attract and it's going to motivate your partner, yeah. Then it's obviously, you know, you need to be in that energy. But if you aren't in that sexual energy, if you aren't motivating your partner to obviously want to do that because of whatever it needs to be, because you're not in the right energy, you're not doing the right things, you aren't being that reflection, then you're not going to get the result. And that is simply exactly what happens, that you can operate from that sexual energy, and that's going to motivate you, because let's be honest here, at that purest core, where people want to connect with their, want to connect with that energy, that is going to propel you forward towards your goals. So as I was saying, you're going, how does this work, Lee? How do I connect with my sexual arousement? How do I connect with my sexual energy? It's understanding what makes you feel sexy, yeah? Understanding what you're attracted to, yeah? So it could be thinking about your partner. It could be understanding and appreciating hers or his body. But being that sexual energy, what would you find sexy? How can you feel sexy? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to, I'm going to listen to the news, I'm going to listen to this, the rest of it. How do you actually feel sexy? And let's be honest, most people have had sex, yes. So when you are actually sexy and when you are, in the mood, how do you get into that state without actually doing it, yeah? When you can come from that energy, then you want to execute your goals, then you will actually execute who you need to be, and that's when you have that energy, but you don't do anything about it, and you will stay in that arousement and then participate in your desired outcomes. And this is the biggest thing I'm going to leave you with. If you want to visualize why you're in your sexual energy, in your sexual presence, because your arousement, because that sense of ecstasy is so high and aroused, when you visualize your goals, the amazing thing is your visualizations has such an emotional connection that you're sending out such a strong ripple effect to the universe. It's actually called divine timing, yeah? So if you have an orgasm or the rest of it and you set your intention, or when you set that, it's called divine timing. Of course, it's actually, how appropriate. So connect your sexual energy, people. Start to be in the arousement of your desired outcomes, and more importantly, start to connect with your goals and have that rocking and rolling today, yeah? So look, I think it's 6 o'clock, whatever it is, you want to start planning your week out today, because once you start planning your week out today, once you start, like, that's it, Monday, this is pretty much Monday now, then you'll go into your week, not going, oh, Monday and catching up and then taking holiday and Monday, then, oh, geez, I've got Tuesday and getting all rattled. Start putting your intention out, put the ripple effect out, start visualizing how you want your day to unfold, or your weeks to unfold, or your days as well, and then everything, my friends, will really start to fall into place, okay? Hope you've all had an amazing weekend. The sun's out, so it's been beautiful here in Melbourne, as you know. So have an amazing weekend. I'm going to drive this car, otherwise I'm going to end up smashing it. And if you need any guidance, if you're feeling a little bit lost, if you know someone that's lost or someone that's in a really bad mind state, people, we've got the workshop that's happening next weekend. Even if you want to talk one-on-one, that we're always here to be able to help you guys to reach out, get in that sexual energy, and look sexy doing it. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care.